Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's no glare in your glasses?
Nope, it's a little bit. It's minimal. Yeah.
Oh, man, we're live. Yay. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Well, this is the last day we're going live until probably next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Next year.
yeah, next year. When you think about it, next year.
Yeah.
Are you got your book?
Mm-hmm. Not going to talk to them about what we're doing.
So, my husband have books with an S at the end.
You said that so. You said that so. All right. So.
Books of poetry.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's okay. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm gonna go cry now.
You'll be
Like,
fine.
come on.
I'm joking. This is the humor. Don't hit me. Stop, Rachel. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Control yourself.
That's abuse. You can get demonetized for doing that.
It's a pillow.
You tried to hit me.
I didn't hit you.
Yeah. Okay. Battered husbands don't exist.
They don't exist.
Red flag.
So mean.
And that's a red flag.
What I was trying to say is that he's a talented poet.
No.
He got books, like with an S, like of just like stack of poetry that he doesn't share with me. He just has.
What?
No, you don't share anything.
I've written a lot of stuff for you.
Yeah, you have, but you like okay. The book that you wrote for me.
Oh well, first couple chapters anyway. Yeah.
Did you ever? Wait, you didn't finish it? I thought you finished it.
Because well, we have 2 children. It's very hard to have the freedom to do that. The part that I do have done.
But you wrote a short story for me.
Mm-hmm.
That was like when we were dating.
Oh yeah, Gail and the 7 Flowers. That one.
Yeah.
I don't know where that one is. It's written somewhere. It's probably on a laptop.
Yeah, maybe. So the book you never finished.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I write as a hobby, but.
All right. So today he's gonna share with us some of his stuff.
Yeah, some. I think some important information. Something important to talk about is self-expression and finding that. I know when me and Rachel were courting each other, we like went to the art studio and like we painted together, and like I think that was like one of the main ways we connected is just our different ways of expressing. And like she's a really talented artist, watercolor and all these different mediums and things. She makes like Christmas cards, like literally makes them. She's really good at that. And like for me, writing has always been like my way of expressing myself. And like when it came to like learning poetry, it was a way for me to express myself. But then I learned like wordplay and how that's really cool, those different tricks and stuff. But that's a part of like like thinking behind writing. I really enjoy it. Like one of my personal favorite poems is "Road Not Taken" by Robert Frost. And then I forgot the name of the author of that poem, but I really do enjoy those 2 poems personally. Yeah, so that's how I write.
Do you have that poem Tree? Where's the mic?
Yeah, I do.
Where's the mic, babe? We're supposed to be holding the mic. No, what are you doing?
Where is the mic? Oh.
I thought you were holding the mic.
They didn't hear anything.
Nobody heard nothing. Well, there
gosh.
you go.
You want to start over?
No, it's okay. I'm sorry.
That's your fault. It's your show, your channel.
You're typically holding the mic.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, one listener.
Who didn't tell us anything like, oh, okay, I guess.
No, it's cool. 2 listeners. Hey! I guess the second person was like, man, when are they going to get some audio? I'm just hearing the mic rub up and down the couch. Hello. In our relationship early on in our courting and how we got close to one another, me learning about her ability to paint and, me and my writing to her. And poetry just is a way of expression for me that I've used since I was a little child, and it's fun.
All right. Do you have that poem Tree?
Yes.
Can you share it? 'Cause
Sure.
I feel like
Can you hold the mic?
Yeah,
No, don't hold it there. You can't hold it there. You have to hold it here at the bottom part. Right? No, right here. Because if you hold it in the cage, it'll make an echo. Just keep it in the same spot. Let's see.
I think this is like one of my favorite poems by him.
Sorry about the glasses glare. It's kind of silly. I should have separated these, but tell them about don't you write? Didn't you write as well?
Yeah, I have some published poems. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't written poems in a very, very long. Like they're very, very much dark. And I remember working with like an editor, and he was just like, "You got problems."
I said that to you.
Yeah, he's like,
You poor soul.
because like I wrote in a really. I've written. See, there you go. That's why I need an editor. But it was like a really, really dark poem that I wrote about, and then the other poem was like very much about like this happy child, and it kind of gives you the feeling as if she's lost, but then she finds her mother at the end, and so, but it's very, it's nice, it's sweet.
What?
And,
Good.
And but like when he like kind of read both poems side by side, he was just like, he was pretty much trying to say, are you bipolar? But this was before bipolar like existed, like like people knew what that was.
Honey, let me stop you right there. They knew what bipolar was back then.
No, but it wasn't like so common as it is now.
It's not common now.
It's not.
If it's common, you guess everyone has issues. Not making fun of people who are bipolar. That's a hard thing to deal with.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. That is interesting. So like, do you have any poets that are like were like inspirations to you, or poems that inspired you? Or that like the style influenced the way you think about that expression? Because I think poetry is a great means. We were talking about this a couple days ago in the car. I think it's the best means of, in so many words, being able to fully express an emotion and an environment, almost like a dream to someone, in a short package. That you're able to make them feel emotion and transport them in a short package through poems. So like, are there any poems that for you personally kind of inspired you to write, or was it just that powerful emotion and just writing it down? Because poetry takes some getting into. Like I know for me, The Road Not Taken is a big influence at all for you.
Actually, I remember reading poetry when I was like a really, really young child, but I started writing poetry when I was like 15. So I never studied it.
Yeah.
Like I never like really like, no, but I never like looked into it. I never was just like, this is.
So you don't remember any poems that influenced you?
No. I remember one poem I really liked when I was like 5 years old, and I thought, wow, this is dope. It was about Christmas, and that's all I remember about it.
That sounds really dope. Okay. I'll share one of my poems, and we'll keep talking and we'll keep sharing. So this is the one that I actually put on my podcast, the Kill the Snake podcast, on Anchor, Spotify, and all those good podcasting platforms. It's called Happily. I'll read it, and then we kind of can talk about it from there. Like I said, the poem title is called Happily. Be, O tree. Don't pull your roots trying to force fruit. Be, O tree. Feed on he who planted thee, whose plan is far beyond your earthly canopy. Let the fruit you bear remind us of your maker, or bear no fruit and be turned into paper. Be, O tree, be.
It kind of reminds me of the song I Shall Not Be Moved.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Just like a tree that's planted by the water.
Yeah. But I want to know, when you hear the poem, why does it make you think of that?
Because the tree is not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's already planted by the water.
But why does this poem make you think of that song?
Well, because it is a tree.
They're both trees. Very good. And trees need water, so that means. What do you think the poem's about?
Okay, so I think the poem's about how do I say it? It's about bearing fruit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know how the Bible talks about, you know, bearing fruits, but trying to get my thoughts together. But you're not just by you living your everyday normal life. Like you don't have to go out.
If your phone is on internet, cut it off because it's the connection's stable.
Okay, well let me
Let go of the mic.
Hold on, let me turn everything off.
Sorry about that, one listener. Thanks for staying. We appreciate you.
Hold on. It was probably because we got it on the. We got this.
No, just disconnect the.
I'm trying.
There you go.
Okay.
You have to hold it. Yeah, you have to hold it there.
Okay. But yeah, it's not manufactured. It's not like you're trying to produce fruit. You're trying to do something for God. It's just going to happen. You know, God's going to put you in the right place at the right time, in the right scenario for you to bear fruit. And it's nothing that you have to push for or struggle to get.
So when I wrote this, I thought of when Jesus cursed the figs and fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, the key part of the poem is that, you know, I think in your Christian walk or in your walk of faith, I know for me, and not for everyone, but for me, I started out thinking there were things I had to force to become. Like I had to purposely try to exercise these different virtues in my flesh. Or, for example, when I heard the Beatitudes, I originally tried to live it. I tried to say, okay, I'm not going to look at anyone. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Is this too heavy for you? I'm not going to do this and that. And I tried it and I failed. I wasn't able to sustain that. And that's why the key line and I guess what the giveaway I think for this poem is the fourth line. No, sorry, the fifth. Yeah, the fourth line says, the second line. It says, "Be, O tree, feed on he who planted thee." Mm-hmm. So I think with all of in our lives, especially our walk with God, it's going to be, the fruit we bear is going to be dependent on where we're getting our life source from. It's going to, change you. It's going to help you, and you're going to bear that fruit because you're leaning on Him. And then it said, and then I say, "Bear no fruit and be turned into paper." Well, that kind of goes with the parable of the unfruitful tree, how it's cut off and burned. So.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't put the two and two together with how you titled it, happily.
Mm-hmm. Happily.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, you got another one to share, or?
I got tons, but let's talk a little bit. So, like for you, you said that like emotion, like strong emotion, is kind of what led you to writing poetry. And then now on your YouTube channel, which is what something started out as just being about your hair, and has kind of blossomed into you talking about just different things about just self-esteem and self-development. It's a very, like, not many women are willing to say, "Hey, my hair is thin and I battle with this," and the thing. Like, what kind of led you down that path to say, "You know what, I'm going to do this anyway"? And
preach on being real, and And what I found being an adult is that a lot of it is just fake. And people don't want to let you into their real life, and they don't want to show you, you know,
All for you.
they don't want to actually show you their struggles. And everyone has, I mean, the thing is, I grew up in a church where everyone is perfect and everything is perfect, and you really were like, you spend 2-3 hours getting dressed.
Oh boy.
No, I'm so serious. Everything had to be perfect. You had to look a certain way, you had to act a certain way, you had to say the right things. Heaven forbid that you were just out of place for a little bit. And so I grew up around that. But when you grew up around that, you know how to spot it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how to spot that. Like, you talk to people and you can't get through to them. Like, everything is just so good. You know them for like 10 years.
It's surface level, and they're not really telling you like what you want to have a deep conversation. Hey, hi.
It's like, dude, like, come on, like, open up. Like, it's like, and everyone is just so perfect, and it's just like frustrating. And the thing is, it's like I could have easily pretended like everyone else that I have a perfect life, because I have a very charismatic husband, and I have no, I'm serious, I do.
I'm not that charismatic.
And no, I do, and I have, like, those our kids are showgirls. Like, they know how to put on a show. They do. And they know how to act, and they do.
Yeah.
And they're not shy in front of the camera. So it's like you could parade things around, like, ooh, this is what I got. And I could also like parade around my career or whatever, and just dangle in front of people's face like it's a carrot, like,
So it sounds like you're saying that,
I'm just tired of that.
Well, I think it doesn't help anyone when you aren't sharing like your life. Like, I'm not saying you go out and tell everybody what's going on with yourself, but it doesn't help anyone but as I've grown as a person, I realized that part of me sharing my journey may help someone out there, or may be the freedom for someone else to share their journey. And the same token with you, you grew up in the church and you saw what was happening there. And people from your experience weren't really expressing themselves or being honest or sharing the actual battles. Because I think a part of being a Christian is knowing that you're a sinner saved by grace. And one of your greatest weapons as a Christian is your testimony of how you went from living a life this way and how God actually changed you, and that's a powerful thing. But most Christians don't do that because they want to keep up the Joneses. The same thing in the world, they want to keep up the Joneses as, oh well, I don't want to talk about that, that's my past. Of course it's your past, and you know what, it's not held against you. But you telling this person, hey, I struggle with this, so I understand, it's important that believers do understand, and a part of our understanding can only come from being really honest about who we are, where we are, and expressing ourselves fully.
Yeah. So, like, I know, like, one of my friends, she told me that she struggled with something that simply music. It wasn't like something crazy, but it's like, it's kind of like, oh, and she's like, this is how I deal with it. Like, and I'm just like, that's so helpful, because when you see Christians, you see them as like this perfect thing. They have no temptation. They have no issues. They have no nothing. Like, everything is just like, la la world. Everything's just great. And it's like, it's really not like that. And I feel like when people look at me, also, they just think that I'm this perfect, holy Christian. No.
So you're not
Oh,
perfect.
thank you.
You're not a perfect holy Christian.
No, but I feel like people think like that. Even people who I known for like years, and like for years, it's like they just don't get past that.
Why do you think that is?
Well, look at your family. They think that I'm.
Well, no, they know you're a lovely person. You are lovely, but they're they can't really use that example.
That's true. But
'Cause,
even okay, like even my family, it's
that might be true.
it's like
'Cause
they're still surprised about certain things about me, and I'm just
on your family, I think there's, my mother genuinely loves you.
yeah.
Like she really she loves you, and that's a real thing. I know because I know my mom. She genuinely cares about you as a daughter. She really does, and that's real. But I do know from being around your family for the years I have, there is love there. There's some love there, but it's the interactions are very different.
Yeah, it's just hard to break through,
I think with your age group, it's not hard. I think, but it's just like with the group before is a bit different.
Yeah,
and it's not. It's just different. That's all. Well, my family really does love you. It's not a, I think they're surprised of, I guess, some of the sassiness you have. I think that's it, because you're from Brooklyn, which you're from Brooklyn, and you didn't grow up in the best situation. The way you carry yourself like, okay, it's just that if you're going to base on just appearances, it doesn't look like you had a rough beginning.
Great my parents were, and how they would tell me
your parents are awesome,
how awesome my parents were, and how they did such an amazing job with me, and and all this stuff, like how great my childhood was. I'm like, and I remember this one. I was in college, and we were in a psychology class, and this lady, she was in her 30s, so she was much older, and she was telling me at the end of the class how my parents did such a great job raising me, and I was just like, they weren't quite involved. And I told for at least my teenage years, my grandma raised me.
God bless her.
Yeah.
She's an awesome woman.
Yeah.
Very awesome woman.
But in my culture, it seems like it's very common for people to be raised by their grandparents.
What's your culture, in case the two people don't know?
I'm Guyanese.
Wagwan.
But I don't know. But I know my classmates and stuff, and it was pretty much an African American community.
Foundationally, it was from my grandmother, Joanne. God bless her. She really put me on game to a lot of stuff. So yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. Share another poem, honey. Come on.
Well, honey, you got to have the conversation too. I can't carry it.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry. No, it is 10 o'clock, and I'll be honest with you. I am tired. And my
What time you woke up this morning?
I woke up late. He woke up with the kids this morning. But you know what it is? It's my
excuses. Excuses ain't gonna get you nowhere.
No, I'm just being honest. And my job has coffee. And
my privilege.
And
my job has coffee.
And no, I literally crash after I drink it. So
why
I'm
drink it?
Done. Because it's just so good. It just tastes so
you
good.
You have an addiction.
I do.
Red flag.
Why are you making fun of
What's up, two people?
Oh,
we appreciate it.
We're balling out. We got two people.
Well, we appreciate your viewership and yourself. Let's see. What do I got here?
Do you have?
I got one.
Do you have any about me?
Yeah, but I don't think I can share those. They're a little straightforward. Maybe listen, if we get to 100 listens, yeah. But,
no, you won't do that.
I will.
You will?
Heck yeah.
100?
Yeah. So we got it. But like I told you when you wanted to do this, when you told me earlier, you have to make sure you send it out, put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook. I put it on mine. So these two people probably came from, my efforts. And I thank you, listeners. You don't have to put the mic that close. You just hold it down there. That's good. And plus, it's more aesthetically pleasing in the shot if it's in the middle. Don't worry, I'll teach you. Mm-hmm. This is called My Dear. I like this one a lot. Okay. My dear, never think me far. In my dark solitude, you see a star. But from my eyes, I see a glare, a precious flame in the air. My dear, never think me far. The light you see is but a flash of former triumphs and glories past. My dear, yeah, that's a good one, right? What do you think?
I really like it. So what is it? Like a hot air balloon?
No.
It's
So
full of hot air. Okay.
it's to play on a couple things, but I based it on the perception of a star to a sun. So a star from
Oh.
afar looks quite beautiful, but when the light we see from a star is actually its old light because the distance is not its actual light.
Oh.
And from the star's perspective, from the star's perspective, it's saying it's full of hot air because stars are made of gas. But what it sees is a flare, the sun. The sun is still burning right now, thank the Lord. So it's saying, basically, it's about never think that what you see in me is great. Because what you're looking at is past glories. It's not who I actually am anymore. But what I see in you now, that's special. Because the sun's still burning now. So maybe I'm looking at you, or maybe I'm looking at someone else, or maybe this is someone who's accomplished a lot in their life, but they're really not that person. Or maybe, and when someone who is aspiring to do something looks up and sees them, don't think me special. I'm full of hot air. What you're looking at is something I did a long time ago, but I see something precious there. I know it's deep, right? So deep.
Dude.
It's crazy. What's up, 3 people? Yeah.
Oh man.
Sorry for the glasses there. Hope you're doing well. We appreciate you, 3 people.
Oh gosh, that's crazy. Okay, share another one. Just one.
Another one. Okay. If more people come on, I'll share all of it. I'll share some
You
ones
got
about
4
you.
people now, so like.
What? Hey, cuatro. Hello, 4 people. I appreciate you. Let's see. I'll share Apple.
Okay.
It's a little, but I'll share it anyway. One type of poetry I really do hate, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this, but I hate the poetry where it's like it's pandering. I don't like it. I've tried to listen to modern poetry just to see what it's like now, and it's personally I don't really like it.
You could do it. You can interpret.
No, I'll write one just to troll. I'll write a poem in that way just to troll. But that modern poetry that's really writing come from like Dante's Inferno, written by Dante Alighieri. I forgot how to say his name. But Dante's Inferno, Robert Frost. In my senior year of high school, I think one of the greatest teachers I've ever had was Professor Noel, and like just the books and the different styles of writing he introduced me to really still to this day influence just what I like to read and what I like to think about. So this one is called Apple. Now this one was an exercise I did because I wanted to get back into writing more because it just really helped me. It just really helped me to express. But I want to give myself a challenge of, well, can I write a poem about something? This I will say this poem is a little suggestive, but it's just about Apple. So Apple. Apples have a certain weight to them, a certain feel that leaves nothing to be desired. Rose red flesh that invites me to taste. The snap of ecstasy as teeth pierce flesh and love drips out. How perfect can you be in shape and color and taste? To not put my lips on you would not to eat apples like a waste. Because you ever think about like food? Like, why do fruits taste good? Like, say if they like, you know, some atheists will say, "Oh, there's no God," right? Well, imagine like if apples could taste bad, but they taste great and they're great to eat. And then the seeds can go into the ground and make apple trees still.
Yeah.
Why did the fruit taste good? Who is that for?
It's for us.
Yeah. So that's what that poem is about. But
Yeah. When the first time you read it, I was like, "Ooh," and you're like, "No, it's just about eating an apple," and I'm like, "Oh, sure."
Hello.
Wink, wink.
Hey, Hope you guys are doing well. Love your channel.
Aw,
Awesome.
thank you.
Well, it's her channel. I'm just trying to be a supportive
Aw,
husband.
thank you so much.
But if you wanted to be our channel, you should suggest that she change the channel name.
Yeah.
Get some of that YouTube money. Yeah, and I hope you're having a great day too. I think it's good to share self-expression. I mean, like I used to write as a kid, so I went through kind of like a dark spell of writing. I was 12 or 13. I actually used to write these stories, and they weren't short stories. They were like, well, in Final Flame, I wrote 6 books of it. So they're like 6 or 7 page little booklets I stapled together. I had 6 of them. And I wound up having to get rid of them all, like I throw them all out. And I just didn't want to write anymore. And I used to have journals that I would write or try to write my feelings in, and they would get read. So then that's when like I started learning about poetry. When I was in middle school, a middle school teacher of mine told me that she believed that I was like a really gifted writer, and that, you know, if I keep working at it, I can be really good. And she really believed that I could do it. And her confidence really instilled so much in me. And she gave me the poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. And that poem she gave me, I kept it in my wallet up until high school. Up until we met, I always had it in my wallet. And I probably still have it somewhere upstairs in the basement, that poem in my wallet, The Road Not Taken. Now, I've read what that poem is really about. It's nothing to do with what it sounds like from what Robert Frost said, but I always saw it as the paths I could have taken in life and what I did choose. More and not really wanting to journal, I started writing in poetry because I realized whoever read it really couldn't understand it. They could try to take a shot at it, but they could be wrong, and they know they could be wrong.
Yeah. And
then I started getting deeper as I got, got deeper into high school and college. Oh, you can use symbolism here and manipulate words this way. Oh, that's clever. That rhymes. That doesn't rhyme. Oh, it doesn't always have to rhyme. And that's kind of like where my expression came from when it comes to poetry.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Share something else. Find something else, and I'll talk while you find something.
Go ahead.
So I didn't really have that many good positive experiences with writing. I did get some stuff published, but I think my first time I was in 9th grade, and I had this one teacher, and gosh, it's such a terrible story because she didn't believe that I wrote my paper.
I've been through that.
And
I've been through that.
Really?
Yes, I have.
But let me tell you,
I've been through that.
She did not believe I wrote this paper. She put me in front of the entire mean, and I explained everything to her. Yeah. She still did not believe me. And then she's like, I don't believe you. So I was like, well, Google it. So this was like, I was like, go like Google it. Well, no, it was like Ask Jeeves at that time. It was like, Ask Jeeves. Remember that? No, I don't. It was like, well, just like Google it, like search it. Like if you think that like I made it up or whatever, I stole it from someone else.
Stole it.
And she took it to one of the AP teachers, and he was just like, there's no way a 9th grade student wrote this paper. And she failed me.
You went to school in Brooklyn. If you went to school in the Bronx, you went to LGJ, you would have been in an AP class because you were smart.
I went to like one of the
bomb factory.
I went to one of the top 10 worst high schools in New York State, which explains a lot of what you're seeing right now.
You're an architect though, so it's okay. You can't be everything, dear.
Thank you.
But you're still loved.
Aw.
Okay. Let's see what I can share. 2 people on. I think there's probably more people listening. Just because I think our connections. Just poems I wrote when I needed motivation. I don't have a name for this one, but it goes like this: trying your best will never be enough. Though you have been told a consolation is victory. To try never makes a change. Just an aimless attempt, knowing things will be the same. Give up on trying. Change your mind. Find, kill, and eat thy prey like a hungry lion. But never try, hunt until you are full. No such thing as a trying lion. If there was, his nature he would be denying.
Wow. She says,
Yeah.
very interesting topic. Poetry can be so inspiring.
Do you write?
Do you write?
Or what's your favorite poem? And thank you for participating. I appreciate it. The feedback is definitely helpful.
Yes. That is so good.
Yeah, what do you think?
So wait.
It was just looking at myself. You know, it's you can always say I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to do this, but what I'm realizing is that mindset of trying will never get done.
Yeah.
And a lion, like you look at lions where they hunt, they don't try to eat.
Yeah.
They have to eat, and they eat.
Yeah.
So I say you hunt and kill. You don't try. You go after it, and then you eat because you need to, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, that was like a big revelation to you, because you would say stuff to me all the time when we were very, very young. Like, we've been together for 10 years. So there was a lot of growing up.
Longer than that.
So
we've almost been married for 10 years.
We will be married for
9 years this year.
Yeah.
So you're right. Something like that. Whatever. We've been together for a minute.
But I remember there was a time where your thing was, I tried, and that was it. And I would just get so mad at you. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
I was kind of clueless, though. I've been clueless for a very long time. I can admit that about myself, though.
Yeah. Those are very good. I wish I brought my poems. But
what?
You trying to say something?
I'm just
saying. You
want
to have a poetry battle?
Oh, don't do that. You don't want that.
No, I don't.
You don't want those words.
All right. You got anything else? Like the last one. Because it's like 40 minutes already.
Okay. This will be the last one. Then we'll get off of this thing and we'll just talk. But this one also doesn't have a name. But it's of the same vein, to be inspirational and to just make you rethink your own internal battle. I think that for me is the driving force behind the Kill the Snake podcast, and just behind, I think, everything is you have to fight that battle internally, you know. And I think the beauty of the gospel is that it's so that you realize in yourself that there's something wrong, that there's a sin nature there, not in someone else. But this is I don't have a name for it yet, but this is the poem. Chase after the boogeyman and give him no space. Dwelling deep in your pain, chase. Your fear is an instinct to persist and pursue. Chase the boogeyman and leave the light behind. Sometimes our greatest power is in the darkest parts of our mind. Chase after the boogeyman.
That's dark.
Not really. Not really dark. I think a part of a person's growth is accepting all of yourself. Mm-hmm. So, that's how we say it now, but in the scripture is when you acknowledge that you have sin in your heart, you can truly be healed, because then you can repent.
Yeah.
Because when you really have understanding of why what's in you is evil, you can really repent, and then you can really go forward, because no Christian is perfect. But the thing is that makes them special. They know they're not. Yeah. So they're not deceived.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know they have the capacity to do great evil. And because they know this, they're more cognitive to make decisions. And they're also more responsible.
Yeah.
So that's it for today. Nothing else is free.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, for hanging out with us.
Appreciate you.
And if you want more deep talks with my husband, you can find him on the Kill the Snake podcast.
Well, it's the Kill the Snake podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify. Anchor. You really can't miss it. You put the Kill the Snake podcast, all one word, and it'll pop up. It's pink, it has a little target, and it says Kill the Snake. It's really cool. Please listen and enjoy it. And you can also interact with me on Instagram, KillTheSnake7, all one word. And yeah, hope to share more poetry and just more thoughts with you guys.
Yeah, be warned. It is very, very, very deep.
Oh, wait. We have a poem. A flower. May I read it?
Yeah, read it.
A flower is first hidden underground before it is ever seen. But does this make it any less of a flower? Ooh. Does your growth, seen or unseen, make you any less of the beautiful being that you are? Oh, Nicole Addison. I like that one.
That's so nice.
That's clutch.
Yeah.
Right on. Finger snap for you. I love it. That's awesome. I really do like that's inspiring. Thank you.
Yeah.
I might go right now. You inspired me.
That's like I think of like the lilies, like literally like fight through all that muck to come up to the surface.
I like that one. That's really good.
Yeah, so beautiful.
I might have to add that to my favorite poems list. Got me reflecting. Thank you so much, Z. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And she always comments on my videos.
Word?
No, seriously.
Shout out to Z. This is a round of applause for Z for interacting.
Yeah, thank you guys.
You're awesome. I think we should do another one Friday.
We'll see.
You're off.
We'll see. Oh yeah, I am off.
Yeah, we'll just do another one Friday night.
Yeah.
If Z, can you give us a topic you want us to talk about? And we'll do that next. The topic you give us is what we'll do next. Because you're interacting and we appreciate you. You dropped the poem and you're commenting. It means a lot. What do you think we should talk about next? I like that. This is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is so much fun. This is just never went to college. I would have just.
So, man, listen. How about how to keep a marriage alive? Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, we could do that. Yes, all right then. That's a topic. Bet. So Friday is how to keep a marriage alive.
Yeah. Oh,
got it.
Goodness.
It's not the answer. I can tell you right now, the answer is not what you think.
It's get your box of tissue.
Oh, stop. I mean, yeah, sure.
It takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work of self, and a lot of it starts before you even get married, to be honest. And I could give you a little sneak peek. I think just a part of it is also in the picking, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to do Friday night?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll do.
Unless you got plans, you got a date or something.
No.
All right then. Don't play with me, girl.
All right. So Friday night, you'll be out of work at 9.
So something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe 9:30.
We'll see. We're gonna make it happen.
All right. So next.
We'll make sure that we share it. Why's my channel not growing, honey?
Oh, stop.
Anywho, thank you, Z. That's the topic we're gonna be doing. It's gonna be fun.
How to keep a marriage alive.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Life support.
Life support.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right. Good night. Thank
Good night,
you so
Z.
much. Bye, everyone. No.
You giving out kisses?
Yes.
Man,
It's fake kisses.
Yeah, right. You better stop. Your mom. Oh, that was fun.